Condoleezza Rice will forever go down in the history books for her accomplishments. Among other things, she has a Ph.D. in political science, was the first female African American provost at Stanford, the first female national security advisor, and the first black female Secretary of State under George W. Bush. Rice has an important message for all of the crybaby liberal victims out there. According to Independent Journal Review, she said, "Don't let somebody else's racism or sexism be your problem." That's sound advice, isn't it? Ever since Obama was elected, Democrats have been going downhill in a hurry, and they need a wake-up call. The truth of the matter is no one cares if you are a victim or not, especially when you spend your life crying about how victimized you are. Not everyone you meet in life is going to be a good person. In fact, some people are awful. When you encounter awful people, don't screech like a banshee and then cry when you get called out by name. Rice went on to explain that when you hear racism or sexism, you need to speak up for yourself and move on. This leads to another big problem with the left. They are not capable of speaking for themselves in a rational and effective way or dropping an issue. Instead, we have all seen videos where the left's idea of a comeback is screaming into the sky while waving their hands around. Who does this, and why do they do it? It makes them look foolish, and this is how they end up the victim. The left does idiotic things, then pulls out their victim card. You do not get the right to act like a fool and then expect people to treat you with respect. We know that might work in the world of safe spaces, but this is the real world. If you want to be taken seriously, you need to be willing to have a discussion, defend yourself when necessary, and end the conversation like an adult. Rice is a real inspiration in this regard. Provided the Democrats are willing to listen, they can learn a valuable lesson from Rice. She stated, "The fact is life isn't perfect, and you are going to run into people who try to belittle you and put you down, and you simply have to be capable of not accepting that from them." It seems like such a simple message, but many will still refuse to follow it. Liberals are caught up in their heads and likely will never listen to this advice, especially from someone like Rice. They can't stand the thought of being wrong, and this is going to be their downfall. Rice's words give you time to think about your own life. Sometimes, only moving on can keep toxic people out of your life. It's the key to pushing forward and prospering.